The evolution of chess openings. It begins the same way, every time. 32 pieces. 64 squares. But what happens next? That's where the real story begins. The evolution of chess openings. Part 1. The birth of strategy, chess openings in antiquity. Before blitz ratings and Twitch streams, before Magnus and machine prep, chess was born, likely in the 6th century, somewhere between India and Persia. There, an ancient game called Chaturanga laid the groundwork for what we now know as chess. Chaturanga was more than a game, it was a simulation of war. 4 divisions, infantry, cavalry, elephants, and chariots, precursors to the modern pawn, knight, bishop, and rook. As the game traveled through Persia and the Islamic world to medieval Europe, it evolved. And with it, so did the first strategic decisions, the openings. One of the earliest strategic choices to emerge was what we now call the king's pawn opening, 1e4. Simple. Aggressive. A statement. It allowed quick development and immediate control of the center, ideals that echoed through time. And then there's the elephant opening, 1e4 e5 2 f3 d6. Clumsy by today's standards, perhaps, but surprisingly solid. Like an elephant, slow to move, but tough to topple. In medieval texts, this opening appeared frequently, emphasizing the idea of a defensive yet principled response. Part 2. From the Renaissance to the Enlightenment, chess openings evolve. Enter Europe. The Renaissance didn't just bring us Shakespeare and Copernicus, it brought us Ruy López de Segura, a Spanish priest who thought deeply about the early moves, and in 1561, he wrote one of the first great chess books,
Libro de la Invención Liberal y Arte del Juego del Ajedrez.
Book of Liberal Invention and the Art of the Game of Chess.
The Ruy López opening didn't just change the game, it elevated it. The idea? Pressure early. Claim space. Provoke weaknesses. It marked the shift from random piece play to structured, principled development. In Italy, the Italian game rose to prominence. 1e4 e5 2 nf3 nc6 3 bc4, cleaner, more direct. It emphasized quick development and central control, and it was particularly favored in Romantic-era chess for its tactical fireworks. By the 18th century, the Queen's Gambit emerged. A daring pawn sacrifice, 1d4 d5 2 c4, to dominate the board. Enlightenment players loved it. It combined calculation with a philosophical flair. Risky, elegant, provocative, just like the age itself. Part 3. The Modern Era, 20th Century Chess. The 20th century was a laboratory of chess theory. Every grandmaster became an opening chemist, testing and refining lines in search of truth. The French defense, 1d4 e6, challenged the idea of direct confrontation. Let them take the center, it seemed to say, we'll destroy it later. Positional, resilient, and often misunderstood, it became a hallmark of strategic play. Then came the rise of the Sicilian defense. 1d4 c5. Aggressive, asymmetric, and infinitely complex. Fischer swore by it. Kasparov perfected it. The Sicilian became a battleground for ambition, theory, and nerves. Meanwhile, the hypermodernists, like Aaron Nimzowitsch and Richard Reddy, turned classical dogma on its head. Why occupy the center when you can control it from afar? Openings like the Reddy, the King's Indian defense, and the Grunfeld embraced fianchettos, delayed pawn moves, and long-term tension. Part 4. The 21st Century, a World of Innovation. Now we enter the Silicon Era, where computers don't sleep, and opening theory expands with every click. Engines like Stockfish and LC0 analyze millions of positions a second, finding lines no human could dream of. Old openings are re-evaluated, new novelties discovered, and previously dismissed ideas gain new life. Suddenly, ideas like 1 nf3 followed by 2 b3, the Nimzo Larsen attack, or the Jabeva London are in elite rotation. And of course, the infamous Soundcloud 1D4E52 King E2, played ironically by streamers, yet symbolizing the cultural shift toward humor, personality, and experimentation. Opening prep today is a digital arms race. Top-level players come armed with terabytes of prep, searching for an edge, a surprise, a line that takes their opponent out of the book. The search for the perfect opening. Is there an optimal opening? One line that guarantees advantage? Probably not. Because chess isn't just about the best move, it's about ideas, pressure, surprise, beauty. And so, from dusty scrolls in India to cloud databases in Norway, the evolution continues, one move at a time. The opening is just the beginning.